Okay, the donation garden is happening. Here we go, first layer. We will be overlapping about 6 inches. They like our flags. Overlapping about 6 inches. Not sure if I'm going to use this space. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. We'll have to see. It didn't get rototilled. This had 2 passes. This only had 1. This only had 1. So I'm thinking I'll keep the plants where I originally intended. That's also the spot that we had covered with the tarp. Okay, now I have to measure out for the plants. I'm going to mark it out and then Eric's going to burn the holes. Should be good to go. How close do you guys put your earth staples? We've got them like, I don't know, 2.5 feet. Okay, consulting my donation garden map here, it looks like I need to plant green beans, collard greens, every foot. So I will go out there and mark that. That'll be the first thing to do. Okay, I have 6 different kinds of okra that I'm going to put out in the garden today. I already made the tags, so, it's kind of breezy. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, more military helicopters. What's up? It seems like every year I kind of choose a focus, and I really wanted to do a bunch of okra, so I've got 6 different kinds of okra that I'm planting this year. Let's see. I always direct sow my okra. I've never had any success transplanting, so I just direct sow, and I'll sow heavy too. So in each hole I will put 3. We're gonna start with Alabama Red. Now I like to trellis my okra because it is so windy out here. So I'm gonna put some in that corner and some in that corner. So let's go. We'll just put them here. There's my 3 little seeds, separate them just a little bit. And seeds are only supposed to be planted the depth of the seed. So I've got 3 there and 3 on this side. There we go. I want to separate them a little bit because I will end up thinning them. You can't grow 3 okra that close. Really, they should be about a foot apart. So I'm giving them extra space here, but I'm gonna have to eventually take some of those out. And they don't transplant well, so I've basically thrown away 4 seeds. I've already made my tags, so let's find the Alabama Red. Where is it? There they are. Okay, I think that's about where I put it. Put those there. And I'm just kind of guessing the other one was about right there. Oop. It's flopping over. Looking good. Now on to the next bed. Like I said, I like to plant them along here so I can trellis them, but obviously I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm definitely going to put my heavy hitter on the fence there. I have some beds on the fence on the other side, but I want to put tomatoes in those. So I'm glad I read the back of these because I was thinking, well, let me decide what I'm going to put up against the fence to trellis it, right? This plant here gets 10 to 12 feet tall, but it can be contained by pruning, right? So I'm thinking, oh lordy, this is going to be a big plant. Definitely want to trellis these, definitely planting along the fence line. Okay, not only did I get the okra planted, but I got the bird feeders set up. You hear the music? That's the husband working on his cars back there. He loves that shop. Okay, well, that one's broken from the hail. So let's go put the bird food in these guys over here. Oh no. So these little metal or little glass pieces came out, and you can see there's pieces of glass I've already picked up. That's the second one I found that was broken from this bird feeder here. It had these cute little glass pieces. They were yellow. It's already lost some. Okay, I need to buy more bird feeders, but at least I have the shepherd's hooks up. There's 1, 2. I've got 2 feeders over there. And then the sunflower feeder is over there. It's looking good, guys. The garden is coming together, and I've been thinking about what I'm gonna plant in these beds. One of these is definitely gonna be potatoes, maybe two of them. I've got okra in here, but can't I plant potatoes in between the okra? I just put 2 okra, but the potatoes would be underneath the okra, right? So let me know in the comments. I don't think they contradict each other, right? Like, that's not gonna be a problem that one doesn't like the other. Okay, it's time to plant the Circle of Life bed. I've got green onions. We're gonna plant them in Mr. Friedrich over here and see if we can get some onions to grow through his little bones. I think that would be so funny. What else can I plant in this bed? This is like 6 inches of topsoil here. There's about 6 inches over here as well. There's not much here. That's why he's laying there. So these onions are gonna go here, and I'll probably sprinkle some around, you know, wherever. But I have this long section here. Maybe I should plant some flowers. That would be so cute, right? Let me know. Okay, cross your fingers for the green onions. Gotta get the gloves. Come on, potatoes. Let's go. It's time to go out to the real garden. I started these potatoes in this little basket, just like you would start regular seedlings instead of putting them in the ground. And maybe we got a head start. Look, that guy popped out from underneath. So hopefully we got a good head start. I'm gonna plant these guys between the okra out here. Okay, spade. I keep several spades just in the garden. I should take these out of here. Should I just lift them up? Like, I wanna dump them out. Let's just dump them out and see what happens. Oh, this is cool. Okay, well, these guys aren't gonna make it maybe. There they go. Look at that. Look at all those roots. I love this so much. Okay, let's just pull one plant off. Let's see how this goes. There's a potato. Oh, look at that. Tiny, tiny baby potato. Okay, let's put this guy in the dirt. There he goes. Oh, happy. Happy, happy. I love this. Now, how far apart are potatoes supposed to be? Aren't they supposed to be like a foot apart? Look at how nice that is. Can you see that? So I see a potato. It looks like it belongs to this guy here. Sure enough. Look how easy that was. So I'll put him about 12 inches from the other guy. We do like potatoes here, so this isn't a problem. This guy looks, let's see. Oh, I can't get it off. I can kind of tell where they separate, you know, just like with your seedlings when you're separating them. See that guy, can you see him? That guy is attached to that other potato. I tried to take him with me, but this looks like, yep, that's all sprouts off of one potato. So we're gonna plant them all together. This is a 4-foot bed, so I'm thinking 4 across. I also don't mind planting my plants closer than what's typically recommended. So I'm okay planting them 8 inches or 10 inches or whatever and seeing what happens. There's another one. So you can see the potato and you see the sprout. We'll put this one here right next to the okra. This is gonna be a nice full bed, you guys. I'm really excited. And then I guess 4 more there. maybe I'll put them here and put flowers. Maybe I'll put flowers in the middle. That seems like the better way to do it. Let me see if I can pull these guys apart. This guy either I'm grabbing 2 potatoes. That's kind of what happened. Okay, I am so glad. Look at what a great start they have. Look at all those roots and all the plants. I don't know, am I supposed to take the extra plants off? You know how you're supposed to thin or whatever? But these all came from the same potato. And I have grown potatoes before, but it was much less methodical. I just kind of cut them and put them in the ground, you know? It was like, if you make it, you make it. Like, I wasn't really intentional about it. And I think I've mentioned, I am trying to be more intentional this year. I really want to grow for production. So that is not deep enough, as much as I keep telling myself it is. So I kind of want to be successful, right? It's not just, oh, this is a fun hobby anymore. I feel there's an urgency with the state of the world today. And everything I've seen says that gas isn't going to get any cheaper, which means our food is going to get more expensive. And what I don't want to do is get stuck fretting about the cost of food. You know, we're not that close that we're, you know, fretting now, but I don't want to fret. I don't want to fret at all. Oh, here, this potato didn't make it. This one gave me nothing. It just rotted. So that's kind of nice too. That's the same reason I like to start seedlings, is because that way if you get poor germination, it's not the end of the world, right? If you can always plant more, you know what you've got, you haven't wasted the space. So I kind of like this plan. These baskets, this cheap little basket I got was $1.50 at Dollar Tree. So it doesn't, you know, it got ruined from the hail. So, but, you know, I could use it again if it wasn't broken from the hail. But, so anyway, really trying to grow for production. I like this method of planting potatoes. I'm really enjoying, I've got another basket over there. It looks like, see, there was nothing on this side. I'm guessing I just didn't have enough potatoes. That's not what I remember. Did they just, no, they all went mush. Look at that. That one also just didn't sprout. It just rotted. That's so weird that all the ones on one side of the basket, I was gonna say, I know I filled it. So that's interesting. Look at this. This is so hard to pull apart. I hope I didn't just break that. I feel a potato in here and I can't tell which starts go to which potato. I think I broke off some starts. So how does that work, you guys? I've got, these were sprouts that just broke off that potato that I pulled out. Can I put them in the ground? Should we try? Let's do an experiment. I'm gonna put these little starts that I broke off. They have their own roots, so I'm gonna assume that they will be okay. They came off of this potato that had tons of starts. And I'm gonna put it in this big hole right here. Come on, stand up. Stand up. And there we go. And let me put one more. It's gonna go right where the camera is. Look how good that looks. So we have 8 potatoes plus that experiment. That one's tiny. I've got my okra in the corner there. I'm gonna take the rest of these potatoes and the other half a basket over there and put them probably in between those and in between those okra. There's really not much in this basket. Look how beat up it is from the hail. Oh, sad. But I bet all of this will go into this one bed. Look, they're already making baby potatoes. These plants are so stressed out. They're like, we need to start reproducing. You always gotta water your seedlings in, or your transplants. So I really only got 2 beds out of it, but that's 16 plants, and you get about 8 potatoes for every one that you plant. That's the ROI on potatoes, 8 to 1. So we should get, I don't know, it's a 3-pound bag of potatoes. Actually, I haven't planted all of them. Maybe I should go back and grab the other ones. But this here, you can see that tiny one there. And then this was just 2 potatoes. That blank spot right there with 2 potatoes that didn't sprout, but they weren't rotten like the ones in the basket over there. So I'm gonna give these guys a nice deep water and then on to the next project. I don't yet have a watering system out here. I was gonna do one of those solar powered drip systems with the bucket, and you drop the pump in there. And Eric said, no, I'm gonna set up a whole watering system for you. I said, okay. So, hasn't been set up yet. It's only been a couple days. But for right now, using the hose, and it works just great. I think that's all I'm gonna get done today. Thanks for joining me, guys.